Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today we are testing out yet another tinted moisturizer. I have been on such a tinted moisturizer kick lately. There's so many new tinted moisturizers, tinted face oils that have been releasing lately. This is one of my favorite type of complexion products because I have dry skin and I don't like a ton of coverage. I'm sort of loving this whole rebellion against the super full coverage, super matte foundations that were really popular a year or two ago. And there's nothing wrong with those at all. If that's your jam, if that's what you like to wear, then rock it, do what you gotta do. For me, that just doesn't work really well. I have very dry skin. I'm in my mid-30s, so I've got all these fun little fine lines and wrinkles that are popping up. And you know, matte full coverage just doesn't do it for me. Today I will do a full demo and wear test with this Tarte Maracuja Tinted Hydrator. I got this itty bitty baby size. I did place a second order during the Sephora VIB sale, which is very out of the ordinary for me. Typically I'm a one and done haul type of girl, but I don't know, I think this isolation's getting to me. And on the second round, I picked this up. I did go for the mini simply because they had my shade in the mini size. There are 20 shades in this whole range, which is really great for a tinted moisturizer. The full size is $29 US. The mini is $15 and it's half the price, it's half the size, so I felt comfortable buying the mini. Didn't feel like I was losing out on too much value-wise. But they only offer the mini in 6 shades. That's why I went for this smaller one, just so that I could test it out, and if I didn't love it, I'd be saving myself $15. So unfortunately I don't have the real full-size packaging to show you, but it seems like the mini is pretty much the same thing, just smaller. Comes in a little squeezy tube. It does have a matte sort of coating, so the shade that you see in this little clear part is a little distorted by that, so definitely don't go just by what it looks like in the tube. I went with the shade 13N, and this was pretty much a perfect match for me. So I'll read you some of the claims for this product. It says it's a vegan, ultra lightweight tinted moisturizer, sheer coverage, infusing skin with Maracuja superfruit for up to 12 hours of hydration and wear. It has hyaluronic acid, of course it has Maracuja oil, turmeric root extract, which is a soothing ingredient that can help reduce redness. Love that. It also has aloe, vegan collagen, and it's free of parabens, formaldehydes, phthalates, mineral oil, and triclosan? Ooh, what's that? It's vegan, cruelty-free, and gluten-free. So it sounds good, but does it look good? Let's go ahead and jump into the application demo. I'll also show you a couple of wear test check-ins, and then I'll wrap up all my thoughts at the end. First, I'm gonna start off just by showing you my bare skin. This is freshly cleansed and no makeup, no primer, nothing. Just wanted to sort of give you a baseline of what we're starting with, since we are going to be seeing some close-ups of application and layering this product. So this is where we started. Now I'm taking the shade 13N. This is fair, light, neutral, and I'm dispensing just about a pea-sized amount of product onto my fingertips, and I'm going to apply that first to half of my face. That way we can see a little side by side of just one quick layer applied with the fingers versus what my bare skin looks like. You know, if you watch any of my videos, that I love comparisons, and I try to do as many comparisons as possible. This applies and blends in really easily just with the fingertips. A little later on, you'll also see some sponge application, but I think as a quick, easy, just rub on with your hands type of product, this does work really well. So here's the side-by-side, one quick layer of the tinted moisturizer on one side of my face, and then the other side has nothing. You can really start to see this does have a little bit of coverage because you can see that delineation, but we are going to finish off the rest of my face, and I will also show you a second layer, but I'm getting ahead of myself. First, I need to even out this face, applying with the exact same method, just taking a pea-sized amount of the product and then blending in with my fingers. If this had some SPF, it really would be the perfect one and done, just slap it on and go type of product. I'll definitely be wearing this on top of some SPF. Once I can actually, routinely leave the house, then I will be pairing this with some sun protection, of course. But today, we're really going to try to get just the purest possible wear test with this tinted moisturizer. And now let's take a look at what the whole face looks like with all the product blended in. This was just a quick pass. I know that it's not, perfectly blended and perfectly applied all around the nose and eyes and everything yet, but I am going to do a second layer. I just wanted to show you what one layer of coverage looks like with this product, and looks pretty good if you ask me. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of a second layer. This time I used the same pea-sized amount that I used for half of my face and just sort of touched over everywhere where I wanted a little bit more coverage, and now I'm blending in with a damp sponge. That way I can get that really even, perfectly blended type of finish that I'm going to want, since I am going to be wearing this makeup all day long and wear testing it for you. Blend it in really quickly and easily with a sponge. I didn't feel like I lost too much product into the sponge, and this is really the way to go for me to get that flawless sort of finish. As you can see here with the close-up, this did do a great job of evening out, but it still looks very, very skin-like. You can still sort of see some of those little freckles and little uneven spots, but overall everything just looks freshened up, smoothed out a little bit. So now I'm going to show you a side-by-side of this close-up with 2 layers and the original shot of my completely bare skin. That way you can get a sense of how much coverage we actually got with 2 layers of this product. And this is sort of the sweet spot for me. I don't want a full coverage. I just want a little evening out, but I still want to look really fresh and natural, and I feel like that's what I'm getting from this product. We are checking in after about 3 hours of wear. As you can see, I did finish the rest of my makeup, of course. So I did do some concealer just under my eyes, around my nose, and in the center of the chin and the forehead like I always do. I kept the concealer to a minimum. I did not powder my face or my concealer. And then I added some bronzer and a liquid highlighter. No setting spray, no primer, no powder, nothing like that. So here's a close-up of the skin after 3 hours. Ooh, that highlighter. Okay, we're not bunching up around the nose. Still looking pretty even, pretty fresh. I feel like I might be losing some coverage on my nose, which is weird because I did put a little concealer there too. Not bunching up in the forehead lines yet, but let's give it a couple more hours because that is something that happens to me typically. But overall, I'm really happy. The skin looks good, it looks fresh, it looks dewy. I love that. So that was 3 hours of wear. I'll check back in a couple hours and see what the end of the day makeup looks like. Wish me luck. Okay, so this is the final check-in. It's been just about 6 hours I've been wearing this, and I gotta say, it looks pretty much exactly the same as it did 3 hours ago, which is amazing. This isn't claiming to be full coverage. It's obviously, the claims are a sheer light coverage, and honestly, I do feel like it evened out some of this redness that I had right here. You can still sort of see it peeking through, but it definitely looks evened out. Overall, my skin looks super smooth and hydrated. Let's check the nose pits. Still didn't bunch up here. That's a problem area for me for sure, and it looks pretty darn good. Let's check the forehead wrinkles. Maybe a little bit has gathered here throughout the day, but definitely not bad. It looks, honestly, it stayed in place really well, especially since I didn't put any powder on top. It looks great, right? Let's check. I get a lot of dryness in the chin, around the mouth. It looks awesome. It's not bunching up. It hasn't started to wear off or look flaky. Especially my cheeks look really, I think that everything looks really smooth, really natural, definitely very hydrated. I feel hydrated. I look hydrated. I'm impressed. I am very impressed. I think you could tell from all the check-ins that I am very, very happy with this product. If you have dry skin, I definitely recommend this. I think it wears beautifully. It built up nicely. I'm wearing a liquid highlighter, and even when I was applying this highlighter on top, I didn't feel like it was pulling up the tinted moisturizer underneath. I put a powder bronzer directly on top, so I didn't powder my face first. Just went right in with the bronzer, and I think my bronzer applied really smoothly. I didn't have any skipping. I didn't have any issues with my face still feeling sticky. I mean, it feels moisturized. It definitely feels like it sort of soaked into the skin and became like a second skin, which I love that with a tinted moisturizer. It looks incredibly natural. The finish looks great. The shade match is spot on. I use the Sephora shade matching tool, and that's how I chose the shade. I think it looks perfect. This really looks and feels like a second skin. It wore amazingly well. I'm incredibly happy. This may be one of my favorite tinted moisturizers that I've ever used. I know that's a bold claim because I tend to really love them, but this one looks fabulous. I wish that I would have purchased the full size now. Kind of regretting it, but I would happily pay full price for one of these. Now's the time when I want to hear what you think about this product. Are you interested in this one? Are you a fan of tinted moisturizers like I am? I always love to hear what you think about things too, so make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye! And all that jazz. Excuse you. You know, Tarte kind of fell off for me for like a long while there, and they went off with this one. There's a new concealer too. Let me know if you think I should try that, because this has me kind of interested in Tarte again. Who knew? Who knew? I mean, is it just me? It looks really good, right? I tend to lose a lot of coverage in this area, and it looks still perfect. I don't know what to say. I'm not often speechless. Obviously, I'm not speechless today. We've got a lot of other videos to film, so let's get it moving. All right. Okay. I feel like a giant when I hold this. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna go now. I'm gonna go. Okay. See you later. Love your face. Okay, bye-bye.